Welcome to tonight's show. My name's Amanda Hall, psychic from the Gold Coast, and you're joining us here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter and didn't sort of overload themselves too much on chocolate and really enjoyed what the festivities were about, which was, spending time with the people that we love and that we care about and, honouring our belief systems, whatever they may be. So on tonight's show, we're going to actually talk a little bit more about the sun, going through your astrology sign. For most people, they know what their sun sign is. Most people are aware of their date of birth and they check it out constantly in a newspaper, magazine or online this day and age to understand what might be going on in their own little universe. And of course, that's a very difficult thing to do, is to divide the population into 12 signs, but we seem to manage to do that quite well as astrologers. So continuing on our 4-part series of looking at the sun signs through the zodiac, we're up to the week 2 of this, which is Cancer, Leo and Virgo on tonight's show. So Cancer is known as the crab. Cancer is a water sign. It is also a cardinal sign, so it means that it likes to be first. Even though it's a water sign and it can be seen as being slow moving and needing to absorb what's going on in their own environment, and do they only then make decisions when they feel emotionally secure and ready to move forward? So sometimes Cancerians are seen to sort of go sideways to actually move forward in their lives. Don't ever underestimate a Cancer just because they seem soft and gentle and pliable. Nothing can be further from the truth. They can be very hard, they can be very determined, and they will not let anyone or anything stand in their way of what they wish to achieve. So next time you're dealing with a Cancerian, bear that in mind. Then we move on to the fire sign. We're moving on to Leo. Now, Leo is a fire sign. It is a fixed sign. It means that they are incredibly determined, and Leos love to tell you how good they are because they are the lion or the king of the jungle. They really do like to strut their stuff, and they like everybody to admire them and applaud them because without that, they feel very insecure. They need to be constantly reassured that they are wonderful and they're the most perfect human being on the planet and that they can do no wrong. So anytime that you need to deal with a Leo, please bear this in mind, that if you can stroke their ego a little bit and tell them how wonderful they are, they'll actually be more receptive to listening to you and probably helping you with the project that you have at hand. So just be aware of that. They can roar like a lion, but they also are a little tiny pussycat underneath all that once they sort of calm down and feel secure. So if they're roaring at you, it's usually because they feel insecure or they don't feel in control of the situation. Then we move on to our final sign this week, which is Virgo. When I learnt astrology many, many years ago, over 30 years ago now, one of the first things I learnt in astrology was nitpicky Virgo, and I thought that's not very nice to call them nitpicky. Well, as my years have gone through the time and I've learnt more and more about astrology along the way, I can honestly say that a lot of Virgos are very nitpicky. And nitpicky is maybe not the right terminology to use. They are seeking to get to the bottom of things. They really need to have all the facts and figures, and they will keep going over things and going over things and going over things until they feel that they have all the answers. So they make great investigators. They're very, very good with facts and figures or attention to detail. Tedious tasks are very good for Virgos. They also like to be of service to other people. So Virgo people sometimes, because they are an earth sign and they are a flexible or mutable earth sign, people sort of sometimes see them as being a little bit distant or sort of aloof. And I suppose that's very true, but what they're doing is their mind is ticking away like a computer while they're computing or absorbing and utilising all the information that's gone on around them. So they may seem a little bit distant or unemotional, but nothing could be further from the truth. So next time you're working with a Virgo or make a friend as a Virgo, make allowances for that because they really are really nice people underneath all that. They really are genuine and they do care for people. And they really just like to understand everything that's going on around them. So as we do every week on the show, we feature a card of the week. This week it's the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands to me, we're using the Simply Tarot deck that I created back in 2004, is the card of the happy home, possible country setting. So I think it's a very apt card at the moment, considering we've all just been having get-togethers over the Easter period with family and friends, and hopefully it's been a very positive and uplifting time, that maybe we can continue that energy this week through the next 7 days of that positive upward swing of being very caring and gentle and caring of people that we come in contact with. You know, open a car door, allow somebody in the lift first. Just a simple smile, saying good morning or good afternoon to someone may be just that little thing that makes their day, to make them feel special and important. As we discussed on last week's show, Mercury, the planet of communication, is still going retrograde or backwards at the moment. So if you want to check out my Facebook page, Amanda Hall Psychic, you will find there some further information on how Mercury retrograde or Mercury going backwards in the universe at the moment affects each and every one of us. It will be that way until early May, so we still have 2.5 weeks to go approximately of Mercury going retrograde. So be very, very careful of all communication that you're working with people at the moment, because a lot of times people do not have their listening ears on and they only hear every fourth or fifth word. They don't exactly listen to what you've got to say, and this can cause disagreements and arguments. It can cause miscommunication, and most of all, we don't want to be walking around in an aggressive state of mind or feeling that somebody has pushed our buttons because they didn't understand where we were coming from. So please be very careful with communication at the moment. It is very, very important. So on tonight's show, we're going to actually take a couple of calls from people calling into the system from all around this beautiful globe of ours. So feel free. Our readings are always free on here at A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So I'd like to sort of share with you, if you have any particular topic in the psychic or astrology areas that you would like me to talk about on the show, please feel free to drop us an email at A1R Psychic Radio or Moonstruck TV, or pop a message on my Facebook page, and we'll be happy to address that for you in coming shows, because it's really important that we have you become involved in the shows that we air here, so that we're sharing our knowledge with you and also bringing to you the very, very best shows possible. So tonight we're going to be sort of talking with Sasha in London in the UK. So Sasha, are you there?
I sure am.
How can I help you tonight, sweetie?
I was kind of hoping I could get a reading maybe on my mum.
You wanted to try and contact your mum, is that what you said, Sasha?
Yeah.
Okay, so I take it from that your mum's no longer with us, Sasha?
No, she passed away in 2007.
Okay. Do you have a particular question you'd like to pose so that I can try and get your mum to step in and give us some guidance here, Sasha? Because I don't have a direct dial to her, so I usually like to work with questions, and I find then if they've got something to contribute, they'll sort of interrupt and come through that way.
Okay. I just wanted to know if she forgives me.
If she misses you?
If she forgives me.
If she forgives you. Okay. I think you're the only one that's concerned about this, Sasha, and I don't mean that to sound condescending, because what I'm being shown from your mother is a beautiful bunch of pink roses. Now, to me, pink roses mean that everything's okay. There's nothing to be concerned about. I'm happy, I'm contented, I'm not angry with you in any way. Here's my gift to you. So I would take it from that, know that your mum is not angry with you. She's long gone, forgiven you for whatever that you feel that you needed to be forgiven about. What she is showing me is that the two of you did have a very healthy, constructive sort of relationship where you agreed to not always agree with each other. So she really treasured that you were your own person, that she gave you the best tools in the toolkit, that you took no garbage from anybody. You know, if you had something to say, you stood up for yourself. And she was really proud. She's still really proud of that the fact that you even would stand up to her, that you didn't sort of allow her to sort of come across and dictate or enforce her views and value systems on you. that you would listen and you would then form your own opinion. So she's also sort of showing me, Sasha, that you've been at a crossroads, I think, since about February. And she's asking me to tell you to sort of say, just slow down a little bit. There is answers coming. There is change coming, and it's coming as early as June. But she's saying don't push it too fast. You know, just allow everything to come to you like, you know, the ebb and flow of the tide, of the water coming in and out. She said sometimes you get a little bit too impatient. Who's the man with the dark hair? Who's he?
That might be my sister's dad.
Okay. She didn't sort of say anything. She just said to me, who's the man with the dark hair? I'm not sure that that's who she's referring to. Is there something significant in your life?
I recently got engaged to a boy with dark hair.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, she's happy about that. She's very happy. She's very happy about that because she was asking me, who's the man with the dark hair? And she had this beautiful big smile on her face. So I'm taking from that she's very, very happy. So wedding plans later in the year, marrying early next year?
Well, we're getting married on her birthday in 2019.
Right, okay. So is that in the early part of the year, is it?
Yeah, April.
April, okay. Yeah, because she was just showing me it was in the first 6 months of the year when the wedding was taking place. Now, she's very happy about that. She likes him. She likes this young man in your life. She's also telling me that you've got to be a bit kinder to him. You sometimes get a bit bossy.
All the time.
Yeah, but she's saying just go easy on him. You know, he's a lovely man and he truly loves you and he will do everything within his power to make you happy. And she just said, you know, sometimes you've got to give with your heart as well as, you know, being like the school teacher giving orders.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, well, you know, she sees everything that's going on. She's rocking a baby. So I'm going to take from that you two might be going to start a family fairly quickly after you're married.
Well, we're actually trying at the moment.
Well, she's nursing a baby, so that's a very good sign then. She didn't show me what sex, but she showed me that she was nursing a baby in her arms backwards and forwards, telling me how beautiful the baby is. So she's obviously, she's having first nurse. You don't get the first one, she does.
Always.
Yeah, so I hope you're planning to have 3 children because that's what she's showing me.
Oh, God. I only want one.
Well, we can choose what we want. Just because they show us, Sasha, that there's 3 there, there's 3 babies there, we still have free will. We still have choices. I don't believe she's saying to me it's triplets, so you can breathe a sigh of relief there. It's not 3 at once. She's just showing this. Yes, I'd have a heart attack if somebody said to me I was having triplets. But no, she's definitely very clear that it's 1 baby at a time and it's your choice. But she's sort of saying to me she knows there's going to be 3, so she knows more than we do. But that's okay. As I said, you still have choices. You and your husband still have the choice to say, you know, and our family's complete at 1. Sometimes I think it's, when you haven't had children, I think it's a very daunting task to sort of even begin to understand how many we might want until we're blessed with them.
Oh, no, I can imagine.
Yeah, but she's also sort of showing me that you don't take enough notice of the signs that she leaves. She says you're always straightening things up and she keeps moving them.
Yeah, I've got really bad OCD. I'm cleaning all the time, but recently I kind of feel like I can't feel her around anymore.
Yeah, but she's the one that's moving things and you walk back in and you straighten it up or put it back to where it is. That's her trying to show you she's around.
Yeah, that'll be my duvet.
Yeah, but she does that on purpose to get your attention. So the next time that happens, just have a conversation with her and say, thanks very much, Mum, I'd already done my housework today.
Every day the duvet just gets so messy.
No, because she is with you constantly. You know, they evolve and change over time at the way that they connect with us. And it's not always in a way that we can see or we understand as human beings. We just sort of think, oh, I don't feel Mum around me. You know, what have I done? Have I done something wrong? No, it's like it's like them, I was going to say party tricks, but that's not the right word to use, but they show us all different things. It's like they've learnt a new skill. So if they've learnt a new skill to turn the light switches on and off, they're really proud about that. Might be annoying to us. We think there's something wrong with the electricity, but that's, to them it's important that we acknowledge that they've learnt a new skill. So it's helping them to connect with us in a deeper, stronger fashion. So don't rule anything out. Anything that sort of seems odd, peculiar, whatever, say, thanks, Mum, I know you're here.
I will do from now on.
Okay, sweetie, have a wonderful wedding, and I know it won't be too long before you'll be nursing that beautiful baby, so I'd be starting to sort of make some plans now for the nursery, I think, because Mum's certainly rocking the baby backwards and forwards.
Oh, just let her know that I love her very much.
Oh, she knows that, don't she? She knows that you love her very much, and she also knows that, you make her very proud. Even though she's asked you to give of your heart a little bit more, secretly inside, she's very, very proud that you don't take any garbage from anybody. That's my girl, she says. You go. You don't let anybody walk all over the top of you, and she's very proud of that. She had trouble saying no. She allowed people sort of manipulate her, and she's so proud that you didn't inherit that gene.
Oh, excellent.
Sometimes it's those little things like that mean more to us than anything, that, just knowing that they are proud of the person that we've become and that they are always with us. They're never far away from us. But let's clear up one very important thing. They don't interfere in our personal lives. Like, they're not with us when we're getting undressed or going into the bathroom or those sort of things. They leave that to us. Do you know what I mean? That's very private. But as far as other things of seeing, with you purchasing a new car or getting married or having a baby or whatever, of course they're there for all those special occasions.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
It's wonderful, Sasha. You go and enjoy your new life that's coming up, and start getting excited and look at all the nursery furniture and beautiful things that you can buy for the baby.
Thank you so much.
Yes, have a great wedding. Now we're going to go to Felicity in York, Pennsylvania. Hello there, Felicity.
Yes, I am. Hi.
Hi, how can I help you this evening, Felicity?
Yes, I was wondering if you had anything from my husband.
Okay, so I gather your husband's passed over, sweetie?
Yes.
Yeah. Darling, as I said to the previous lady, Sasha, I need to have a direct question, because that's how I link into the people that you want to make contact with on the other side. So is there a particular question or a particular issue that you would like to have answered?
Can he see what's happening with our oldest daughter? And if so, is there any way he can help or give me an answer of how to help her?
Okay. All right, Felicia. So how old's your oldest daughter, darling?
She's 4.
Oh, she's only 4. Okay. She's much older than that in her mind, isn't she? I mean, I got the energy of a 13, 14-year-old girl. She obviously thinks she's so grown up. What he's indicating to me is that she is a very strong-willed child, but he's also sort of indicating to me that you've got to take control back. What's actually sort of happened is your daughter is picking up that in a past life she was your mother and you were the child. So now we've got to role reverse that back to the present time. You've got to be the one to sort of set some rules and be very firm with them. And I don't think he's indicating, you start smacking her or start hurting her in any way. But I think you can be very firm with, if you don't eat your dinner, well, then there's no dessert or there's no snacks. Do you know what I mean? Like, be firm on the rules. Don't change. Don't back down, because she seems to be able to manipulate you in a way that she knows which buttons to push and you give in. So that's got to stop.
Yes.
So I feel that what he's indicating to me is that, has she been checked out by a doctor? Has she had under a paediatrician or something to make sure that there's nothing physically causing her behaviour?
No, not yet.
Okay, because it was sort of suggesting to me that maybe that you should go and get it completely checked out by a doctor. I don't think that there was anything, he wasn't showing it to me in a way that I should get concerned. I think it was more like we can cross that one off the list. You know what I mean? If you go and you have her checked out and there's absolutely nothing wrong, she's got no allergies, she's got no food reactions, then we can cross that off the list, and then we can just go back to his first suggestion, which was set some definite rules. These rules are going to be law, and that's going to be it. And, allow for her to throw her tantrums and things like that. If she wants to throw a tantrum, well, then place her in a bedroom and say, well, when you've calmed down, you can come back out and join mummy. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a matter of you taking control. And it's very interesting, Felicia, when you've been a young widow, it's so much harder, I believe, than somebody that is widowed much later in life, because you've been left with a young child, and it's very difficult for the child to understand why daddy's not coming home. And, we do make allowances at those sort of times. And having been widowed young myself, I can speak firsthand at this. And it is something that I think that you constantly carry with you for the rest of your life, trying to make sure that you're doing the best you can for your child in light of the fact that their father is not here. You're trying to compensate for that all the time. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying make sure that you don't make that the only way that you look at parenting. If I can suggest one thing to you, and this is how I managed, I used to, if there was an issue with one of my children, I would sit down quietly and I would look at how would we have handled it together as a couple. If my husband was still here, what would he be saying to me? How would he be suggesting we handle particular behaviour problems, or not doing their homework, or whatever the case may be? And I found that was a great strength to me, because, you knew how you probably would have handled things together if you were both still together. So that may be something that you can incorporate, and it'll give you a sense of power, that that then you're not completely alone trying to do this. And also the other thing is, don't be frightened to have a conversation with him. Before you go to bed of a night, have a conversation out loud and say, hey, look, I need some answers. I'm struggling here with our daughter. She did XYZ today. And ask him to put the answer into your mind first thing in the morning, that when you wake up first thing in the morning, no matter how obscure or abstract your first thought is, write it down, because that will be the message directly coming from your late husband. Sometimes they give it to us in cryptic form that we have to sort of sit down and work it out, but I don't really feel that you've got that much to worry about. From what he's indicating to me, things will improve. I do feel, though, that there is something that sort of maybe she has a little bit of a reaction to, something that she has on a daily basis as far as, food or drink intake. But I don't know that it's necessarily causing all of the problem. It may just be something simple that, when she has a glass of milk, for argument's sake, within an hour, we see a total change in personality. Well, then, maybe we can start sort of keeping a food journal or something like that, and then writing down her behaviour or her reactions over the next couple of hours. And you may see a pattern form there with that too. But all in all, I think she just remembers on a soul level that she was your mother, and she was the one that dished out the rules and you were the child. So we've got to reverse that now, because you're the mother and you're the one with the rules.
Yes.
And it's hard. I know it's hard. So your late husband also is sharing with me that he wants you to start doing some adult things. So I'm taking from that he wants you to start reigniting your own life. Your life doesn't always have to revolve around being a mum, that you are allowed to have some adult time too.
Okay.
So whether that, you may not be ready to start dating yet, and I think that's a very personal thing. But from what I'm taking from your late husband is, whenever you're ready to take the reins to your life again, you have his blessing. That, he's not asking you to sit there and be on your own for the rest of your life. And he wants to see you smile again. He wants to see you participate in life again and not just be a mum. He keeps telling me that you have the most beautiful smile. you can break hearts with your smile. It's a very loving comment to make. He still loves you and he's still with you, sweetheart. He's never going to leave your side, but he doesn't want you to be by yourself forever either. So, I think the next few months, I think there's going to be a lot of changes around you where you will start to slowly feel as if you can start to take the reins back to your own life and start to incorporate some me time for you and doing some things that make you feel important again, which is very important. Is there some sort of study course that you were looking at taking up?
Kind of.
Because he's showing me he wants you to go back to some sort of study. He's showing me that will help you get on your path of where you need to go, of how you need to be progressing in your life. So that's a good thing. So I really do believe that your life is going to start to turn around. Have you moved since he passed over?
No.
Because he's showing me movement around the current place of where you're living. He's showing me you're rearranging the furniture or making some changes, and he's happy about that.
Okay, that's funny.
Is it?
Yeah, because I just looked at buying a new couch tonight.
Well, he's happy about it. He thinks it's a great idea. He thinks that, the whole place needs a bit of a rearrangement and, a fresh energy and things like that. He's really excited for what's coming up in your life. So, have a little conversation with him every night before you go to sleep, and he will be there with you more and more and more, and that's how you can build your connection. So I wish you the very, very best of luck with your future, sweetie, and your daughter will be fine. So we've got less than probably 30 seconds of the show, so I look forward to seeing everybody again at the same time next week here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. And don't forget, please be kind to each other this week, and we look forward to your joining us here on our journey of evolution and building our psychic ability as we journey together on this amazing planet of ours. Have a great week, and I look forward to working with you again next week at the same time on the same channel. Have a great week, everyone.